there's never not a second that we're panicking. Let's just rewind it. I could play it in slow-mo if I remember the console command, but I can't, so we're not. Just gonna watch it one more time. So there's limited collision on the feetsies. So it's good. Why are we panicking? We're panicking because the skeletal animation. This I don't have any integrations, John. I'm not a smart developer. I don't do web. I don't do online apps. I wish I did. That'd be so cool if my overlay had little call-outs, little sound effects. But anyway, we've got something going on. I have absolutely no clue how to fix it. Oh yeah, it is a foot. Look. Is that not Antonia's foot? But it's been all the way through the body up to the head. Which makes me think maybe the root bone's wrong, or one of the spine bones is in the wrong place, or I've deleted too much in the fizz asset. I don't know. I got the feeling that the fizz asset was pretty good, but we can have a look at Manny. We can have a look at Manny's skeleton. Here we go. Here's the fizz asset. We must save Antonia. So here's Manny's fizz asset. Okay. Is that the broken one? That is the broken one. Get out. And this is Antonia's fizz asset, right? They don't look wildly different. Okay, there's a little bit on the head that isn't covered. But in terms of it, I think it's fine, right? It's roughly the same shape and size as the ant. It's, you know, Manny doesn't have a separate fizz collider for each finger, right? Just the hand, right? Should we change these to box? Oh my goodness. Should we change these to box colliders instead of no, but like it doesn't look terribly wrong. So I wonder if actually we have to set these up, maybe. I don't know. So when you said our friend was going to optimize the skeleton for the Unreal Engine, I thought in my heart of hearts that they were going to use the mannequin skeleton as a base, and then they would have like a minimal amount of retargeting options for stuff like the hands, the extra set of arms, and the fizz bones, but evidently not the case. It was just they wanted to, I don't know, there are constraints here. I don't know what they do. Did Manny have did Manny have square feet? Huh? We could try doing this one instead, right? It is just one capsule. Congratulations, you won the internet. I don't know what's going on here. Stop! In the name of the law. Pog slide. Do I have pog slide on my channel? I think I do. I think that is correct. I think you can use a pog slide. I can't see it, obviously, because I'm using the smelly web source. Lenny face. I do have a Lenny face. Smelliest browser source in the world, because OBS decided that I wasn't allowed the Twitch integration panels. It just said no. Oh yeah. You're scared. Do you know how much work this is gonna be, Bullet? You're not sure. You was hoping minimal? Skeletal animation is never the minimal amount of work. It's not always the maximal, but you have to know what you're doing. And yeah, it's optimized really, really heavily towards person-shaped skells. The second you have something like a spider or an ant or literally anything with either wings or extra legs or arms, it just gets screwy. You gotta do the whole thing. From the bottom to the top. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It is fine. I was just hoping that maybe we could have like sidestepped some of this by doing things automatically and not having to have a physical thing. But we need this, right? Otherwise, when the ragdolls happen, it won't look right. I mean, maybe it's not the most key thing of things that we should be worrying about, but at the same time, we can do partial animation sets, right? I'm almost certain we can do a partial animation set, right? So I was hoping that we would have, like the Unreal Engine mannequin bone hierarchy, like at least from like the shoulder for each arm, and then for the legs, and then for the spine and head. And then the antenna would just be extraneous. They just bounce around. And then the butt would just bounce around too. And the feet. I think my Unreal has actually frozen. I don't think it's actually doing anything right now. I think I've actually broken it. It's fine. We didn't do anything. Like, we actually literally got no work done. I just wanted to see if this would have generated a better fizz body than the other one. And maybe behaved better, but I get the feeling like I needed to have spent more time setting up constraints. And I really like the thing that I don't like about doing anything on any kind of PC thing is accurate button presses. Like, I play CS:GO, sure, but it's not. It's different. It's different. Putting the mouse on the screen, way different to putting the mouse like on someone's head with an AWP. Way different, I promise. Maybe it's just psychologically different, but anyway, point is, like, I'm not really good at mousing. Like, moving the mouse around the screen is difficult, okay? And clicking and moving the mouse and clicking is difficult. Especially when you have to do it with utmost precision. And then if you have to move your mouse and then click and then the thing isn't in the right place and then you have to spend, you know, seconds to minutes per constraint moving it into the right location, I feel like that takes minutes to hours. And then What I'm trying to say is there's a section of the 3D skeletal mesh animation which can't be done outside of the engine, right? It's the interface between what the 3D mesh data is exported in the 3D modeling program and the engine is. That's exactly what we're doing. Can I go back to that map, please? Asset tools. I also had the feeling like I wanted to create a platonic solids generator. I'm not sure if that would be like too much to ask, but it should be fine, right? It's just putting a bunch of triangles, sticking them together. Should be easy, right? Do you think ants can see the moon? I think ants can see the moon. I think ants can see the moon because moths can see the moon. Moths. Yeah. Do you know those really spiky moths? The really long, thin ones? With the big nose? What are they called? What is that? What do they do with their lives? Do they just chill around? It's like the most common moth I see around here, and they always look weird. They always look like they got real snooty noses. Like, I know I've done the exact same thing, and this is what crashed Unreal the first time, but I figured I'd just do it again for the funnies. I'm gonna eat my breakfast bar, okay? I'm gonna wait for this to happen. I'm gonna eat the breakfast bar, and if it doesn't happen, I will resign myself to editing the other skeletal mesh. Because this is how I generated the fizz body for the other skeletal mesh. It's just that it has far fewer bones to work with, and like I don't think there is a happy medium between the two. I just wonder how the skeleton's gonna move the hands. How does the skeleton move the hands if there's no bones for the fingertips? That's my question. You know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying? Anyway, breakfast bar time. If anyone has any cool questions about what the heck I'm doing right now, ask me a different question. Oh, hey, it worked. No, shut up, it worked. Length. Can you eat raw oats? Or am I lagging? No? I guess it's crashed. Okay. That is perfect. Oh no. Okay. That's not quite what I was going for, but like I wish I knew what was going on right now. I honestly wish I knew what was going on right now. That doesn't have any ragdoll at all. But it does insist on simulating physics now. It's so weird. I'm so sorry. So I think a large portion of it are these unconnected anything for IK. Deep breaths, everybody. Deep breaths. I'll just delete them one by one. It's fine. Okay, you know what? Skeleton tree. Anything that's called pole. Every single one of those. Don't need them. IK poles. Don't need them. They aren't physics. I mean, they are physics, but they're not physics. They're IK. Anything called IK. Literally anything called IK. No, they are. I think it's trying to. Okay, good. Anything called root. Don't need it. Tweak. Yep, anything called tweak. It is weird. Is everyone looking forward to next weekend? Or this weekend, I guess. I'm looking forward to this weekend. I just realized I haven't tested if Steel Battalion actually works. Or if my Xbox still boots. It should do. The game's new in box. The games are even sealed. Can you believe no one bought it? And it's funny, when it came out, like, I think it was... I don't remember how much it was. £200-300? People will easily spend that on a steering wheel these days. And they won't even get judged, like, not even a little bit. It's not even a massively complicated control. I mean, it looks it. It's definitely big. There's basically just 2 joysticks, a macro pad, and 3 pedals. Well, didn't enjoy that. Four months to go until I get my new keyboard. 5 months to go before I get my Galahorns. Don't judge me for buying Nerf guns. Do not judge me for buying Nerf guns. Better. It's better. The frame rate isn't so bad. I don't know why it ended up over there. I don't think we need any bones called FK either. I know this looks like I'm being super cutthroat, but again, remember this is just for collision. Maybe we should watch a demo tutorial. Maybe we should watch a video about this. Do you think Chrome would help us? You think Chrome will pause a video when you press the pause button? Do you know what? I'm using Firefox. Fuck you, Chrome. Fuck you. I know it's against stream policy to use your main browser as your browser on stream, but Um, Unreal Engine, Unreal Engine, engine non-human skeleton setup. This is the bit where I have to pause the recording for all you YouTube friends. I'm gonna watch a whole bunch of tutorial videos now on stream, which I think is fun, but I'm not capturing that. What a cool video that was. Maybe instead of creating the physics asset right now, we can just make a control rig and get completely distracted with what we were doing. Unreal Engine skeleton physics asset. Or maybe we can watch a video about the physics assets and why and what and why. Here's a cool video from Helios. Fix your constraint problems. 7 seconds. 7-second video? That's 1 minute 44. I will watch this. Okay, one thing. Hi there. Hi there. I don't know what happened, but it wasn't recording me. My face wasn't tracking. Today's turning out like a real failed pancake, you know. Today's, you know, it's the first pancake you put in. It's all oily and gross. At least we found out that we have a MiG-30 model. That's pretty cool. Track my wink, idiot. Does that look like an open eye to you? I will fight you. Good. For now, we are removing that one from the scene. These need to be that big. I don't care. Oh. I think I found the problem. I think I have found the problem. They're parented to the wrong bone. Right? That's not just me imagining things, right? There's only one hand bone which is parented in the correct place, and that's this one. Pinky R. Can I change the bone hierarchy in Unreal? Can I reparent bones? Stop. Stop. Skell. Show me the skell. Show me the skell. No. Oh my god. What the fuck? Okay. That's it's not a massive problem, but it is a massive problem. What the fuck? What the fuck? I had assumed that they were like tweak bones or IK bones or, you know, non-functional skeleton bones that are used for extra effects. Like, you know, this is stressing me out, dudes. This is no joke. This is very stressful. This exact moment is extremely stressful. Do you wanna do something else for a few minutes? Do you wanna just chill out for a few minutes, huh? I am comfortable using the Blueprint system to script gameplay and game features. I especially like the material node editor, and that was the first built the thing. We could William the break into the end. Have you ever seen my handwriting? Have you ever seen my handwriting? I can't read my own handwriting. Full disclosure. That's why I like typing things. I don't especially like typing either, but you know what? As far as input methods go, it's not that bad. Let's leave skeletons for today. Let's leave skeletons alone for today, okay? Let's stop looking at skeletons today. That is going to require going to Blender to fix. And well, every time I open Blender, it makes me want to kill people. Specifically, me. Really do not like Blender. It was maybe slightly hyperbolic there, don't take that seriously. but I really do not like Blender. I really do not like Blender. I don't like any 3D modeling program really. For soft bodies, I just don't like modeling soft bodies. I think that's it. I love modeling hard bodies. And you know what? Sculpting in the Unreal Engine isn't too bad. But do you know what? Do you know what we need to do? We need to think about what kinds of collectibles we're gonna have. I think Balint has provided me with a cool Erlenmeyer flask. Do you mind if I do this like on paper? Do you even mind if I do this on paper? And I'll like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. We'll go into G mode. We'll put a sunset on the beach or something. You can just look at the peaceful ocean waves. That'll be nice and peaceful for you, right? We'll go over to the this is a horrible position to watch from because of the resolution. Screw it. We'll go back onto the island. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Okay, so I will open. I have a folder with all the game doc in, right? I have in the G drive. I've got the reference archive, Antonia to do, new text document. Oh, long. Erlenmeyer flasks. I don't know why I scooted away from the thing. I'm obviously just going to type all this now, aren't I? Erlenmeyer flasks. I believe Balint has provided Erlenmeyer flask model that we may or may not use. But they're a nice and significant. They're nice and significant science flavor pickup. Science flavor collectible. Unlocks tabs in encyclopedia. Rock geology collectible. Unlocks rocks. Golden aphids. Question mark. Endemic collectible. Unlocks cheats stroke mods. Is this enough? What about regenerative? Because that they wouldn't be collectibles, they would be pickups, right? So I think we need one more, maybe two more, maybe one more, maybe two more, maybe one more. So I feel like golden aphids would be the thing that I was thinking of. Like, they unlock cheats, but they're hard to find and they're hard to get to, right? So that would be either specific platforming requirements or story progress, you know, to get the wingage, to find the golden aphids. You know, they will be hidden, right? They are not easy to collect, right? But when you collect them, they give you cool game mods and cheats, post-processed features, wireframe, 70s rendering, 80s rendering, broken camera, immortality, maybe not immortality. I don't know what that would include. SKATE. Escape mode. That's obviously illegal. Can't put that in. But we got collectibles. Pickups. We obviously need a health pickup, a stamina pickup, points. I don't know how you could squeeze points into a game like this, really. That'd be... Oh, I mean, I guess there could be... in minigame pickups for bonus points. I don't know, something like that. And the big question is, how many of each of these are there going to be? Okay, that's fine. O2 locations. What's up, Balint? You design a pet character. Is it a cat? Is it? It's an animal called a midge that lives in the colony. I don't know if you know what a midge is, Balint, but they are not friendly creatures. It helps keep the parasite load down. Okay. Is that what they do? Because in my experience, midges, they are angry. Like it's a for real thing, lols. In the ant colony. I don't know. There are thousands of species. Just pick the cutest one, okay? Just, when in doubt, the one with the big eyes and the goofy face. Midges are helpful to ants and a hindrance to humans. I will not search that. It might come up with some weird stuff. I don't think safe search is enabled. There they are. Midge. Are you talking, Berlin, about mosquito nematosaurine diptera? You went with biology, but you gave it cute eyes. No, sir. You are not talking about mosquito nematosaurine diptera. Because that's what Wikipedia thinks you're talking about. So you will have to provide me with extra information. Cute eyes. They are biting, bloodthirsty mosquitoids that live in Scotland and Northern England. Cechidomiidae Golmidge. It gets copied. This better not be a Rickroll. Imagine if you had set this up to be a Rickroll. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, they look almost exactly the same. They are gall midges, or gall gnats. Larvae of most gall midges feed within plant tissue. That's interesting. Yeah, they look pretty similar. They have the ridged body of a midge, and they are a small, darkened, fly-like creature. But I think they have different looking antennae. And these like to eat ant parasites. Whoa. Whoa, bright orange. Let's read it. Cecidomiidae is a family of flies known as gall midges, gall gnats. I'm saying that wrong, aren't I? Cecidomiidae. D. Common misspelling with one eye. Okay. Oh, all flies are diptera. Okay. They are Nematocera. They are Nematocera, but they are not mosquitoid. More than 6,000 species. 16,000 species in Canada. What the fripp? Morphology of diptera. So they got very open wings. All the midge. Oh right, these are pest flies for the opposite reason of actual midges, where they ruin crops by laying their babies in the crops. I see. That's why people don't like these ones. What the? The most common prey are aphids, spider mites, followed by scale insects. What the hell are they? Oh, Berlin. Is it true? Is it or is it not true that aphids secrete a sweet, sticky sap, and ants are attracted to and slurp said sap? Whiteflies. Asymmetrical mouthparts. What the hell? Scale insects. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Yep. Oh, they sell these flies as a pest control for aphids. That's interesting. That's interesting. Anyway, what was I doing? Locations.txt, of course. How could I have forgotten? Yup. So would it be okay? Would it be hence a benefit in the Leafus colony? Just a thought since we are brainstorming. So if an aphid, consider if there was a collectible, the juiciest of the juicy, the unbiological of the most unbiological, shining golden magical aphid collectible that unlocked hidden in-game game-breaking power-ups and cheat codes and mods for fun, you know, but they'd be hard to find. Is that and then there can be, it can unlock a page saying, oh yeah, there's aphids. They do things. They destroy the habitat of the leaf eater ants, but they also secrete a sticky sap. Sounds lovely. We'll see what happens. I'll leave it in the notes. Locations. Ant colony. We have the castle. If I had an L key every time I had a semicolon, we have the castle. Antonia's room. Queen's room. Foyer. Foyer. Entrance to the hill. It's called an ant hill, but it's actually more of a burrow, right? They dig down, right? What time is it? It's almost 5 o'clock. It's almost 5 o'clock. It's almost time to get extra angry. It's almost time to get extra angry, kids. Has my face tracking stopped for the 3rd time today? This has got to stop, kids. I don't have the USB bandwidth for this kind of stuff to keep going on. It's not unplugged. It is plugged in. It is completely out of reach. Like I can't fiddle with the cables if I wanted to, right? They're so far away from me. I'd have to like kick them, and then what would that do? It wouldn't disconnect the camera. Anyway, entrance to the hill. And you go into the hill, and there will be what's the first thing you get to? Maybe a small open area. Like a do you know what I'm thinking? And this is so silly, right? This is so silly. But I think it will be fun, right? And whatever. So you come down. There's a spiral staircase that leads you down from the palace, from the castle, whatever we're gonna call that. And it might be, hear me out, it might be nicer. It might be a nicer option to have a helical staircase. Not just a spiral staircase. Not just a single helical staircase, but a 3D BD double helix staircase, right? And it's not just because the double helix is like DNA. No, Bullen, calm down. Stop. It's because ants, and I watched one program that was talking about the New York subway system, and there's one thing that ants do slightly better than humans, but only just, and it's pathfinding. And there's no way they'd have an entrance to a nest that was also an exit that didn't have proper pathing. And so if we have a staircase down and a staircase up, but they can helical, like DNA, double intertwined. pathing, DNA, helical staircases, which are a nightmare to make in the game. We'll work it out. As long as they're really wide, as long as the actual staircase doesn't come close to the center of the circle it's trying to describe, they're usually fine, because at that point the stairs are, the further away you get from the center of the circle, the closer the stair gets to being a straight line with no curvature. You know what I mean? It's like if we were to describe a circle and then have a stair, right? Or a series of rays from the center of the circle to describe a staircase, right? We can see that if we cut the circle here, there is a very small angle subtended by the stair here. But if we cut the circle further out there, the stairs are roughly equal to a square. At which point you can construct it out of squares. You just tilt them a little bit each time. But that's something we can worry about in a second, or a week, or tomorrow. I don't know. I did want the black background. Anyway, you come down the stairs. So I'm guessing there's going to be some kind of pathing agent here out. And then you come down the stairs here. In. And you enter some kind of large... Have you ever played Half-Life? Berlin, have you ever played Half-Life? You'd enjoy it. It's a video game about scientists. Loosely described scientists. It's a fictional game about science fiction. But in that, they have realistically inspired pathing systems where they have little color strips down the walls which show you where everything is, right? And then they have, like, you know, that, and then that'll go around there, and that'll go down like a corridor down there. And like there can be a small non-complete hub section which can lead you to some of the more important places in the colony, right? And it can be laid out. It can be a very large room, not very large, but modestly large room, laid out with easy to read signage so that the player doesn't get lost, and if the player does get lost, they can easily find where they're going. And this doubles up with some exposition. You can have a funny little counter with someone sat there for exposition to exposit. I don't know. I don't think real ant colonies have information desks, but it's a video game. That had been your thought with the sitting room. Within the sitting room. The sitting room? The throne room? The throne room? The room with the thrones? I just want to make sure we're on the same page here. I think it's 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock, everybody. So that is almost a certain yes. So the first area you get to is the hub. Maybe there can be like a coffee shop there or something. Something really out of place that you know wouldn't be in a real anthill. Right? You can do things which are wrong as long as everybody accepts that they're wrong, right? The first room underground. The hub. First room underground. A hub area with some NPCs, cameos and in-joke. Set dressing and easy to locate. Navigation to key places in the colony. Yeah, with the couches. Yeah. So you come down. It's it's like a business's front room. It's like a large office spaces foyer. It's like a hotel front lounge, right? It's the first thing you hit when you get to the colony, outside the castle. Maybe the castle can actually be separated from the entrance to the colony slightly. Maybe the entrance to the colony can be under the castle and there's a ramp up to get to the... It's a mushroom, but it's a castle. It's a castle mushroom. Mushroom castle. Mushroom kingdom. The lobby. Yeah, exactly. And there could be like maybe some signage and some... Like, you have to keep the aesthetics of the thing kind of like... We're not going to go crazy, right? There's going to be dirt walls. We have the assets for that too. Boy, howdy, do we have the assets for that. Do you know how many sofas I have in my asset library? I'm not going to look at them right now. Also, the mouth is still moving, but the face does not. Where is my mouse? I'm actually going to look at them. If I type in twin motion. Twin motion backyard pack 1. That seems like a reliable source of couches. Oh, string lights. Yeah? Pallet couch. Look at that. Little glass table. Recliners. We can sneak these onto the beach, don't worry. Anyway. Oh, you also made some couches that are fancy. The ones from the castle, the throne couches with the gold and the purple. I've seen those, but they wouldn't be in a working man's area, would they? Or a working woman's area, working ant's area. You know, you'd want something a little bit more robust, I think, underground. I mean, we'll use them, by all means. By all means. Fair. Don't ants have thorax sets? Thorax. Is that meant to be a pun, Reno? Too fancy. Too fancy. Well, you don't want to get mud on the nice stuff, do you? It's fine if the business is paying for it, but like regularly, like if an ant sits down on like one of the royal couches and ruins it. Ant hi-fi system, ant Polaroid camera, ant laptop. I've got so many stupid assets, okay? Stop encouraging me. God, you're the worst. Key places in the colony. Puns are often bad. Thorax sets. I'm trying to work out what... Just to explain it to me, Reno. What about a mud hot tub? It's a potential. It's a potential. That would have to be... I think we could probably have a whole bunch of like thematically wild rooms that are like, because ant colonies are a whole bunch of rooms and a whole bunch of corridors, right? Like we can have the main places laid out and then anything that's not labeled, right? Anything that's thorax assets. Thorax. God damn it. So like anything, we can have a whole bunch of set dressed areas which, you know, they have maybe a collectible in them or a bit that's funny or some information. Maybe any place that has a bit that is non-factual can contain an Erlenmeyer flask collectible pickup that allows you to unlock factual information about the ants, or the information in those rooms is already semi-factual and it's reinforced by an actual factual asset given to you, granted. We can do both. We can do either. But I feel like if it's aimed at children, Mana begins to question this collaboration. I question anyone who thinks that I'm going to be good enough to collaborate with. You have those modeled too? Let's go. Oh yeah. That's what I was saying earlier. I said I'm pretty sure Berlin has modeled an Erlenmeyer flask already. I don't know how it's modeled or shaded. I think I've only seen the thumbnail of it, maybe. So we'll look into that. We will look into it. We will maybe use it. We will maybe tweak it. I needed that. I did not need that. Let's get down. Let's get down. Let's get down to the actual sea level here. Let's just look out across the waves. Very nice. Anyway, key places in the colony. The nursery, nursing mini game. Larvies. Nursecast. Garden. Gardening minigame. Drop off for leaf carrier minigame. It's modeled like a dummy item. I realize it's not tracking my face. Whoops. Let me restart that. It's happened twice now and it's really annoying. So help me, Logitech camera. Chewercast, Cuttercast, Male Flying Game, Soldiercast. I don't know what to do about the Soldiercast game. That's a tricky one because, as we know, Berlin, if you include graphic violent content in a video game, your age rating goes up. So it's got to be play fighting only. It's got to be entirely non-perilous. It's got to be friendly to all the family, but it also has to be a fun game. And I just can't think. I just cannot think. Chewercast was obviously going to be, we can make them bop imposter ants. See, I had the thought, Berlin, that they would be, the soldier ants would be there, and they would give Antonia an imposter costume. And while you had the imposter costume on, they would try and yeet you from the colony, right? And your goal would be to reach a certain checkpoint in the colony without them grabbing you. And if they grabbed you, it would do the Zelda stop minigame. They'd blow a whistle and you get teleported back to where the minigame starts. You know what I mean? You played Zelda? Played Ocarina of Time, where you do the chicken catch minigame, but you would be playing as the chicken. It could work either way, I guess, but... Anyway, carrier minigame. The Chewercast minigame. That sounds lovely. That sounds neat. Don't encourage me. The Chewer minigame was going to be like... do you know... I don't know what the game is called. Painter? You know where you have a grid? You have a grid, right? Say that's a nice grid, isn't it? Beautiful grid. And you start here, right? And you have an exit point to get to. and you have to paint all of the tiles before you can get to the grid. Either something like that, so you would chew all of the tiles. You'd chew the top off all the tiles, right? That's what they do. They chew in the waxy leaf top off the leaf so they can expose the gooey insides of the leaf to the gardener cast, right? Happy little greed. So you chew off the tops of all these, and then you get to the exit of the end of the leaf segment, and you would be given progressively bigger and more complex leaves to do, right? And you'd have maybe a section like I don't know. That actually makes this one impossible, but like a section of dry leaf that you couldn't eat, or like a hole. So you could start here maybe and go. I guess, yeah, if it extended out here, there you go, perfect, beautiful. So you just, you know, you can't cut the yellow bits of the leaf because they're hard and gross and grimy. So you cut the path that you take around here like that, and then you exit, and then you get another leaf. And I don't know if like the difficulty is based on the size of the leaf or the complexity of the leaf puzzle. Probably both. So like the easy mode would be like a 4x4 or a 5x5, and the first one would obviously always be empty. You'd just eat all the things. The other idea would be like a Pac-Man clone, but you didn't hear me say that. I'm not ripping off someone's game. Episode of I Love Lucy when her and Ethel work at the chocolate factory. What? I do not understand the pop culture reference, I'm afraid. I'm not a pop culture, I'm afraid. Drop off leaf carrier minigame. Leaf carrier minigame? Leaf chewer minigame? Do they carry them both places? Do they chew in the hive? In the colony? I'm sorry, Reno, I'm a baby. You may have lived off-grid for 6 years, or not lived off-grid for 6 years, but I basically don't watch TV. I may as well be living off-grid. Think of it like that. Chewery. It was a joke, you can laugh at that one. Chewing minigame. Paint the squares. They do chewing inside the colony. But do they do chewing inside the colony after the carriers have carried? Yeah, of course they do. Why would how would the leaf be in the colony if the leaf carrier ants had not carried the leaf to the colony before they chewed it? There's a process of thought that's just. So the leaf carriers carry the leaves to a room. I'm guessing not the gardening rooms. To like a pre-gardening stage room. A warehouse, maybe? A storage compartment. And then they chew the leaf top. And then they carry the chewed leaf to the gardening area where they create the fungoids. Is that? I read a couple of papers about the genetics, okay? I didn't read any papers about what they did. I did not read a single biopic of an ant, okay? Yup. Okay, cool. Gardening is not the drop off the leaf carrier minigame, or it's going to be close by. We have that room ready too. We're going to call it the chewing minigame. Paint the squares. Drop off, yeah. Do carriers carry chewed leaves from the chewery to the gardenery, or is it someone else? Chewers carry and move the leaves that are small over. Do they also break the leaves into smaller pieces? Is that a thing that they do? Do you know, it could be different. It could be more turbulent. Do you know what's that game? The Rider plus Sanitation casts too. The Rider cast is going to be an augment to the carrying minigame. The Rider cast, they don't live anywhere. They live on the road. Man. I'm sorry if that's not scientifically accurate. We can always revise this. But you know, what's that game where you have the room and there's like a ball that's bouncing around? And you have to like constrain it by cutting the room smaller and smaller. So it bounces down there, so you cut it here. And then it bounces down here. So you can cut it here and then you win. What's that called? It would be cute if Antonia referred to the fungus room as the party hall or something because it's full of fun guys. The carriers leave the cut leaves. The carriers leave the cut leaves over to the colony. The chewers then process, but yeah, the cutters cut the leaves into smaller pieces. They're already cut then. Right. So the cutters do all the cutting in the cutting station over by the leaf. And then the carriers take the small, manageable cut leaf chunks. I get it. I get it. I mean, it makes sense, but good. This is... Oh, we scrap that. I guess throw in the bin. It's in the bin. Don't look at it. I really don't like this sea. We're gonna have to do something about the sea. Maybe I can phone up Rareware and see if they'll sell me the sea from Sea of Thieves. No way, you're not loading correctly, bro. What the hell? This is also a problem. We need a large mesh. A large, undetailed mesh to represent the actual landmass of Costa Rica. Because you cannot view the sunset from this angle. I'm sorry. I wish you could. But the sunrise, there's a forest right here, and there's a town over here. And there's like, yeah, there's more coastline and giant assembly line. Got it. And like the sea just cuts into the goddamn continent. That's disrespectful, yo. Not sell, but donate, as it's for education. Who said something about sell? Wait, what? Who's selling things? Reno, are you selling things again? Somewhere beyond the sea, there's a sprite wall stopping me. Sure. I'm so confused. That looks good though. Little surely boys. Sea of Thieves. Oh yeah, right. I said I could phone someone at Rare and ask them to send me the Sea of Thieves wave generating code, because that was written in Unreal Engine. Just send me the blueprint, bro. Bruh. It's fine. It's fine. You don't need it anymore. You've been successful. Not Coca-Cola. Not Coca-Cola. Sprite wall. Coca-Cola wall. I get it. I got it. The first pun of the day that I got. Guys. Ladies. Kids. Aliens. Friendly geckos. Who is in my chat right now? Who is in my chat right now? I'm looking at you all. I'm looking at all you friendly people in chat. Hey, Crimson Knight 99. I see you there. Who's Commander Root? Anyway. Well, yes. It is 5:30. It's close enough to 5:30 for me to call it 5:30. I'm gonna go warm up for Cup of the Day. And I'll see you in an hour and a half-ish, I guess. And we'll close all of this. I will close that as well. Just to be on the safe side. Do I need a drink? I feel like I want a drink, but I feel like if I get a drink, I'm just going to want to pee a whole bunch. I will get a drink. Oh yeah, well, thanks for coming to watch the Antonia Game Dev stream, and I'll see you in the next episode.